Are we live? Aloha, everyone. We are live and inspired tonight. I am. Hold on a second. I just wanted to make sure we were running all right. So, okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm doing another video. This one is basically my thoughts. The reason I'm doing this video is because I wanted to talk about depression and also I wanted to talk a little bit about music too. I wanted to talk about some music that I listen to when I get in that depressed mood, and like the past few days, like I've been struggling with some thoughts, you know, and I'll probably get it, and most likely I'll get into it here in a minute or so. But the thoughts that I've been struggling with is just, you know, I have always said that a guy like me, handsome Cobra, it's being handsome is a gift and a curse, I would say. It's a gift because you get away with a lot more shit when you're handsome and attractive, and people like you. It's easier. You do. I mean, it's not when people say that attractive people get away with a lot more shit. I mean, it is true. It's not. At least I should say, at least in my personal experience. Okay, and I can only talk from my own personal experience. I've seen people like myself and others who are pretty attractive, both men and women, get away with a lot of shit before. Now, if you're on the other side of the spectrum and you're not very attractive, unfortunately, I've seen not people who I would have to say, if they were attractive, would they have gotten away with it, right? I don't know. I would have to, I mean, just my own personal experience, of course, I would have to say there's a better chance of them getting away with it other than not. But even though I'm a handsome dude and hey, I attract both sexes, so male and female. I've been hit on by both. I've had to turn down men. I'm like, hey, I'm totally flattered that you find me very sexually attractive, but I am not attracted to you. I'm sorry. um, I love women. I love tits. I love milkums. You know, fun bags. I love the jigglies. But yeah. So yeah. Here we're supposed to be talking about fucking depression. I'm talking about tits. But yeah. So the thing about it is that so even a guy like myself, yeah, I struggle with depression. I do. You know, I know it's hard to believe where it's like, oh man, you have tattoos and you've got fucking muscles and you look so badass, and what do you have to be depressed about, right? You know, it's like what I said before, right? I mean, I've said in a previous video, I am bad at relationships, but I have had, and I'm gonna boast about myself a little bit. I've had, lovers that said that, yeah, that I am a very good lover, right? You know, doesn't mean I have a big dick. Doesn't mean that I can go for 3 fucking hours. Am I a goddamn marathon man? It doesn't. None of that shit is relevant, right? It's just it doesn't matter. It's just basically when you're, none of that shit matters. Just point blank period. None of that shit matters. The thing is that is that you when like I'll get into this a little bit. When you have a love, when you have a partner or a significant other, you just gotta, you want to do things for them that you normally wouldn't do. Okay, and you gotta make sure that yeah, that making sure that you're both, not HIV positive or have AIDS or have some type of fucking, STD. Always a good thing. Always a good thing to make sure that you're both clean. You know, and if a person refuses to do it, they're a fucking moron, right? I mean, I get tested, annually, sometimes biannually, like every 6 months, just because even though I may not be sexually active in one part of my life, I still do it because you can get uh, through blood, through other shit. I mean, you know, um, hypodermic needles, all that craziness. Even though, like, let's say you accidentally get stabbed by one, not that you're a druggie or anything, but you accidentally, but let's say that a person who has insulin, who needs insulin shots, right? They have type 1 diabetes, you know, and you just so happens they accident, for whatever fucking reason, you know, it's like one of those old school needles where you take it out and you fucking and you know and they're like, oops, and they accidentally stab you with it. You still need to get fucking tested. You should still be like, what the fuck, you still go to the hospital. Because even though they's like, oh, I'm fine, I'm clean, and everything, is like, well, when the fuck was the last time you had, a damn test? Well, never. Okay, now I can't take, now I'm going on this fucking, the honor system, and it's just kind of like, well, there's no evidence to back that up. So, but yeah, but that's the thing is that even and what I'm getting at is that even a guy like me, who's handsome guy, you know, a a good lover, you know, with a significant others and everything like that. Yeah, man, I struggle with depression. Some days, even and I'll say this, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to help people. I want to let people know that listen, look, even a handsome motherfucker like myself, I get depression. I get depressed too. You know, a lot of people. It's a people get depressed. Some people, on the other hand, get severely depressed. Right? They have chronic depression, and they have a medical depression where it's just like everything that they do is a fucking task, or it's just they. It's more of a disorder, right? Everybody gets depressed about shit, and it's hard to say get the fuck up, get your bearings and stuff like that. Sometimes, and that's the thing that people don't understand. Like true depression, you don't feel like doing shit, right? That's true depression. Like you're depressed for being fucking depressed. I mean, you don't want to do shit. I mean, you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to you don't want to get up to take a piss. I mean, it's so hard to get yourself dedicated and motivated to go, right? I mean, in the military, for me, even if I was depressed, I didn't have time for that shit. I had to go, go, go. I didn't have to. I didn't think about shit. I just like boom, 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 boom. Unless I was on the battlefield and stuff like that, and but I didn't have time to be depressed, because I was so hyper focused on other shit. Now it's a little bit different being in the civilian world where it's just you have time to think, and even when I'm not working, right? Like even on my off time, sometimes that when you don't have a significant other, it sucks. It really does. And here's the gift and the curse, right? So, like I was saying before, just because women in my past thought it was good or great lover. Just because you're a good or great lover does not mean that your relationship material. You could be the best fuck that they've ever had, or best sexual partner that they ever had, you know, physically, but that's not that's not going to help. That's not good. That is a band-aid on a problem. You know, that's not you're not cauterizing the wound. You're not letting the wound heal. You're just putting a band-aid on the situation. Yeah, and just temporary. And so yeah, and even that right there is just, and that's the thing too. Like with me, I've said this before. Like I'm comfortable being alone. Because it's one of those things where I suck at talking to women. If you haven't noticed, like I do. Like when it comes to the opposite sex, I suck. I mean, unless a woman tells me that she likes me, I mean likes me, I really don't pick up on it. And let me tell you this. I've done it all, man. I mean, I've fucking read books. I've fucking gone out. I mean, hell, man, I've gone out with a woman before, and I'm just like, man, I'm not even into this shit. I've asked her back to my house, in my apartment and shit. Yeah, just to see. Well, maybe we just watch a movie and stuff. Nothing. Just see where it goes. Just so it was like, hey, listen, look, she knows where I live now. So you know, um, if she was in the neighborhood, she wanted to stop by or some shit, or whatever. Like, that's the thing. You know, like I wouldn't get mad at that. But it's just one of those things. But sometimes you just got to see how it plays out. And, sometimes it's just, and that's the thing too. But it's like I was talking to my brother, and I know I'm bouncing around, and I apologize for that. I was talking to my brother, yesterday, and he was like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm having a fucking, I'm think I'm going through a little bit of depression right now, man. Um, you know, thinking about, why, like right now, I would say that, right now, I don't have someone who's, I would say, a significant other, right? I don't have someone who's like my girlfriend. I have women I date, right? But I don't have someone who's like locked in, like my girlfriend. So, and this is the thing too, is that you have to understand there's a difference between like dating and having a person that you're really into. Number one, dating, it's like you can date people, okay, and it's totally cool. I used to know a guy, he dated like 5 women at one time. How the fuck, he did it, I don't know. Also, too, how did he have the funds to do it? This is beyond fucking me. You know, he must have been like a mini drug lord or something, like when I was in the military or some shit, because I don't, and also, too, is like, that's like, fuck, man. I mean, it's like that's like 5 women. That's like almost like a chick for each fucking day, man. You know, it's like, fuck, dude, I could do that. It's like, dating, yeah, but going out with, it's just dating too is plenty, because basically dating is just this, seeing if you and the other person are compatible with each other, if you can stand each other and have a lovely time, and even if you actually like having to spend the time, because you could be sexually attracted to a person, yeah, you know, but that doesn't mean that once the sexual tension or sexual attraction to over, it's like, if the person doesn't at least have a fucking brain to, and can't isn't a good communicator, isn't uh, because I've been attracted to women before physically, and then I come talk to them, and it's just like and I try to ask them shit, and they just are just non very responsive. They play with their phone. They're very fidgety. when it comes to one-on-one, I'm just like, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take it home. I'm like, I'm just, we really don't have anything in common right now. I mean, you're just busy. I mean, is there something, maybe we should do? You want to do an activity next? I mean, we can play skee ball or play air hockey or something. Like, I don't really play that. It's like, okay, then really we don't really have anything in common then. So it was very lovely to meet you. I had a great time, and I'm probably never gonna call you again. And I've done that. And they're like, what? What? And it's like, well, apparently it's like we don't have anything, or we don't have good chemistry. It's like, yeah, you're very attractive. I'm very attractive too, but that doesn't mean that, you know, it's just, I'm not a person who goes on Tinder or do that, dating app shit. I'm very old school with the dating. So, and that's the thing too, is that that's where I'm fighting, where I fight an uphill battle, and that's where the depression comes in, right? Because I'm fighting an uphill battle with ice skates. Because like I'm the last line of the Generation X, because I was born in the early '80s, and so like I'm like on the cusp, like on the cusp of millennial and Generation X. So what kind of, and so I'm kind of like in that like grace period place, but kind of what gives me leeway is because I have older brothers that are like 7, 10 years older than I grew up with like '80s and '70s shit, so which kind of segues into a little bit of what I want, like music wise, a little bit, which I will segue back into, which like Bob Seger, um, Mumford and Sons, which they're newer, but they have that feel in a lot of their songs of like a Bob Seger, right? Hootie and the Blowfish, for instance, like, and I'm not talking about, I Want to Be With You, like their poppy shit, like Let Her Cry, um, Goodbye Girl, shit, what is it? Only You, certain songs like that. Those are the ones that kind of, um, like the more serious ones. A Time, that's another song that I really like of them. That's actually the song that actually, Time is the one that actually I don't give a fuck about Only Want to Be With You or the other Hold My Hand. I no, I didn't really like those when they first came out. But Time was, and Let Her Cry. Those are the two songs that I really like of them, and got me on their radar, and made me pick up their album. What was it? Crack View Rear View Mirror? Yeah, Crack Rear View Mirror, I think it is, or Crack Rear Mirror View. Well, whatever. Yeah, their first album they came out with Only Want to Be With You on it, what the hell was it? Hold My Hand. Yeah, but Time and Let Her Cry were the like other ones. Yeah, you had to get past the first and second song to hear those. But yeah, so getting back on depression sucks. Depression does suck. So, and all right, everybody. I'm glad we talked about depression. Aloha and confidence. Yeah, no, no, but so depression, yeah, it's like, and certain things I get depressed about is the whole thing. It's the it's the dichotomy or duology of like I because I can't hold down a relationship, or because I think I can't hold down a relationship, I feel a piece of me. I feel empty inside. I feel a hole, like a missing space, for instance, because it's one of the things where, I mean, I see, you know, people who are overweight. Like I went into Walmart today. I saw a skinny ass tall dude with a very overweight woman, always very short, and I think she was shorter than me. And I just had to think to myself, like, you know, are they happy together? Did they both settle? It's like certain things have to run in my mind. And the problem with me is that I'm all about quality over quantity. And that's what's always been my problem, right? Because a lot of women that I tend to date had broken up with a boyfriend, and I'm not saying I'm the rebound guy by any stretch of imagination. They broke up with their boyfriend, about to break up their boyfriend, or I'm like the side guy that somehow, some way became the, um, But the fucked up thing is that I was never. Well, okay, some of them I was like, one of them I was like, okay, I actually thought that she lived with her brother because the way that she was talking about like the guy, it seemed like it was her brother, and then she's like, oh no, he's my boyfriend. I'm like, oh. And it's like, yeah, but it's not working out. I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. you know, kind of sucks for him, but it's just one of those things where, and I don't feel bad about that one at all, because the thing is that, hey, when a woman made up her fucking mind that, hey, that ship has sailed, brother, well, that's done. It's fucked up that the guy doesn't know, but I'm kind of like not on the bad end, I'm on the good end, so it's like, man, well, fucking suck for him. But number one, I don't know the problems, I don't know, and people say that, yeah, you don't want to get involved with that shit. It's like, yeah, and who's to say that the woman's not going to do it to you? I'm like, yeah, that's true, but I'm sure as fuck. But I did see this woman's boyfriend, and yeah, he was not the right home about. I'm like, she's like, yeah, I know, and I told her straight up, like, listen, look, I don't judge because at least, I don't, I reserve judgment. I do judge. That is something I do, but I reserve judgment until I have a good understanding of the facts and what's up. And she basically told me, like, yeah, it was, just a bad time in my life. And I just couldn't, I didn't have the strength to break up with them. And also, too, it's like, we kind of went back and forth, stuff like that. And just care about them and stuff. And that's the thing about women. Women care about men. And that's why sometimes you will see, like, how the hell, men especially, will be like, how the hell is this girl with this fucking douchebag? Or how the heck, he's not even attractive, right? Is it money? Is it confidence? What is it? You And that's just, man, that's just the way it, and the sad part is that that's the way it is. The thing about me is sometimes I feel like I'm really stuck on hell and earth just because of some of the fact, yeah, I'm a handsome dude, man, but you know how many women I've passed out, and next thing you know, it's either they don't have a boyfriend, but they're fucking psychos to the point of, like, they literally fucking, or they're dating a dude and they're not in a serious relationship, but she feels like she's cheating on him in some way, or it doesn't seem right. I'm like, okay, so do you love him? And she's like, no. She's like, you don't mind me going out with him? I'm like, no, not really. I mean, if you're fucking him, that's another thing. You're right. I mean, because it's like, yeah, I don't want to be fucking, sharing some woman's twat with another dude, or a piece of patch with another dude. That's fucking wrong. I mean, it's like, by all fucking means, it's like either you break up with this, either you're not gonna see this guy anymore, or like, yeah, it's like, or I'm just gonna, because yeah, I don't need that shit in my life. That's fucking nuts. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing like with a woman. It's like, I would not want to be dating a woman because that's for me. That's how I get serious, right? So when I'm dating a woman, if I get to the point of like, yeah, we both want to become sexually active with each other, and I'm dating another woman, I'll be like, okay, I'll tell the other woman straight up, hey, listen, look, it's I'm going to pursue, I don't think I really don't think it's working out between us. I had a good time, but I just want to be straight up and honest with you. I'm seeing this other lady, and I'm not a player. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. And so that's why, you know, and it's none of her fucking business whether we're sexually active. I mean, I would never tell her that because it's not relevant to the point. The point is that I want to now that I become sexually active with the other lady, I want to pursue that. That's how I am. Other guys would just be like, oh fuck man, fuck that pussy man, fuck that bitch, and then fuck this bitch, like. But that's not me. It's like that's how fucking shit gets spread around, man. And then babies are born, It's like because it's like it's like because like if, you know I mean, usually it's because you have unprotected sex and somebody has an STD, but still, it's just like if you have unprotected sex, and then if a person's very sexually active and they're having unprotected sex, I mean, there's such an array of shit that can go wrong. But the whole thing about it is that, but this is this is one of the conundrums that I have that I deal with because of the simple fact it. You can see that it's probably like I put a lot of pressure on myself to uh, because I'm a very selfish person when it comes to a lover or like a significant other. I would say significant other, better word. Like I want them to be there when I want them there, but I also want them not to be there, when I want my alone time. I think I've said this before in another video, and you can't have that, right? Because that's a very selfish act, and I and the hard thing is that I love myself first and foremost, right? You have to like yourself, you have to love yourself, and you have to be comfortable with yourself to try to be with anybody else. Because if you're not, then you're bringing your baggage plus their baggage together, right? And that's not good. But also, too, is that you have to actually find a person that is willing to do that. Nowadays, man, I mean, the problem is nowadays a lot of people either have boyfriends, girlfriends, or they're just complete fucking psychos, right? Or they watch too much fucking television, and they think just because a guy's nice to them that this guy's trying to get something out of me. It's like, or like I'm kind of old school, so like I'll pay for a woman's meal, and she don't owe me shit. She don't owe me sex. She don't owe me nothing. You know, she don't even owe me a fucking handshake or fucking physical contact. She don't owe me shit. That's just how I am, right? Now, if we have a contract where it's like, hey, listen, look, since you pay for my meal, I'll pay for your movie ticket. I'm like, okay, cool, fine. That's cool. Great. Because or like if she wants to go Dutch, then that's great. That's fine. Whatever they want to do. Now, like I'm not gonna ask a woman up front first, like, hey, I'll just wait till the check comes. What I do is that I expect to pay for it, unless she says, hey, I want to pay for my meal. Then if she tells me straight up front that she wants to pay for her meal, then I'm like, okay, cool. But I always accept the fact that I'm going to pay for the other person's meal because I asked her out, right? Even if she asked me out, I mean, I would still pay for my fucking meal anyways. At least I would pay for mine, even if she asked me and she was like, hey, I asked you out. I'm like, oh, yeah. But I'm just going to pay for my meal. Oh, and I pay for yours too. you owe me a movie ticket, or something. You owe me a coffee. There you go. Cheap, easy, and I'm a big coffee drinker, so I drink a lot of fucking coffee. So it's like, yeah. So yeah, it's like when I can drink coffee, be at a fucking coffee shop, and I can drink another one fucking there. It's like, damn, you want another one too? It's like, damn, you drank that fast. It's like, another coffee? It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, okay, well, I get you one. Like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's like, yeah, usually two coffees. I mean, it's like, what, $5? There you go. Yeah. I get larges too. So. But yeah, but getting back to the depression stuff, it's that, yeah, I mean, uh, attractive guys like myself, I mean, we do get depressed. I mean, it's just, that's the way it is. The thing about me, like, I work out, I do stuff, but there's only so much working out. There's only so much I can do, and I have a job and all this shit. So, there's only so much of that I can do. But in my own time, it's just one of those things where it's like I play video games. I can do this. I can do whatever the fuck. But at times, man, I don't feel like doing this shit. Like I said before. I mean, this is just kind of therapeutic for me. Um, I like doing it, but I don't like being on it when I know that I could be outside fucking, going gallivanting around downtown, not drinking or anything, but just, going on an adventure, you know. I'm on an adventure, it's like that shit. Or going off and just, or finding new places, or going to a park, or like, water skiing, snowboarding, whatever, You know what I'm saying? BMX bike riding, jumping out of a perfect good airplane for no fucking reason other than just to get a fucking adrenaline rush. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit like that. That's but especially the airplane stuff that costs money, a lot of fucking money. So that's shit that you save up for. You don't do that every fucking weekend. Like, hey Bob, you want to go fucking skydiving? It's like I have some free time. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is like yeah, and so the best way and the things that I do to battle depression is that I tell myself, listen, this will pass, and it does. Usually within 48 hours, sometimes 72. It passes. It does. And if you've ever been a person like with who's ever had like suicidal thoughts and things of that nature, listen, look, I know where you're coming from. I can relate. Okay. So, don't think that you're alone, right? Even handsome motherfuckers like me been through that shit too. Because you feel like the world is coming to an end. You feel like because when it rains, it pours. And the problem is that that's when the darkness, right? That's when the dark side, if you will, you know, the dark side of the force, if you want to call it, whatever. That's when that grips you the most. I mean, you know, um, that's when if you're if you're a person of the Bible, like I said before, I'm Catholic, so that's when the devil gets in your soul. That's when the devil. That's when because when you're the weakest, demons, your demons run wild. Yourself, your personal. Thing about suicide, right? Suicide is the only sin that you cannot be forgiven for because you can't pray your fucking way out of it, right? You cannot be redeemed for that because it's a one time trip. You know, adulterer, lying, stealing, cheating, fucking, what else is a sin? I don't know, there's 10 of them. Gluttony, pride, you can be forgiven for that shit, right? Greed, yeah. You can be forgiven for that, right? We all feel those things. Suicide, on the other hand, is something that you just can't come back from. And sometimes, You know, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a person. I'm not an evangelist. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know, we all have to find a higher power, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever the fuck, you know, the chosen one, whatever, the one above all, the supreme being, whatever you want to call it. We all have to find it in our own way. That's why even though I'm Catholic, I'm a big believer. I believe in the eternal more than I do the institution, right? Sometimes the institution can be very, very fucked up. And sometimes you have to stray from the institution to find your own path to the eternal. But never forget the teachings, right? Because the teachings that they teach you, that's the foundation, right? That's a foundation. But the true the true aspect is to basically take those teachings and bridge your own path, you know, pave your own path, as I like to say. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I get depressed too. So I mean, anybody who watches this, I hope I can help you. I hope these words, you know, I'm not ending it. I'm just I hope these words help. Okay, because I do understand. I can empathize with what you're going through a little bit. I know I'm not you, and you're not me. And even if you are a war veteran or a man, you know, um, we're we're different people, right? But I can at least empathize with you. You know, if you're like, man, I just can't get out of fucking bed today. Yeah, hey man, I've been through this shit too. You know, I've been so depressed that I've it's taken the iron will inside of me to get out of bed. One time I stayed in bed almost half the fucking day because I just couldn't get out. Yeah, and that's the truth. It's one of those things that, and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks so bad. You know, and then when it hits you, it just hits you hard. It, it like it's like a 7'2", 360-pound guy just fucking knocked all the wind out you and across the fucking room, and you back hit, bam, against the wall. You know, and you just keep doing it, and that's what sucks. But as soon as you can, you gotta you. I will say this is that even though the old terminology, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, does, and because you learn to endure more and more and more, and that's the thing is that yeah, you are going to have your male PMS. You're going to have those days where man, you know, everything sucks, but you have to know that listen, look, the sun will rise and set again. You know, the gray skies are only temporary, right? You have to look beyond that shit. And that's the hardest thing for people, right? Because to not a lot of people can see rainbows after raindrops, right? And and I know that it sucks. I really do. And so, you know, getting into the music aspect of my of this conversation, like I was listening to a lot of Bob Seger right, yesterday, and you know, Hootie and the Blowfish too, Mumford and Sons. Uh, but Bob Seger really gets to me, man. Bob Seger said, "Bullet Band." I will say that one song, man, that always makes me teary eyed and just makes me replay scenes in my head and makes me wish that I could just go back and maybe do things different. You know, is Shame on the Moon by Bob Seger and his little band. Because like just the opening, um, just the opening lyrics, you know, until you've been beside a man. Until you've been beside a man, don't know who it knows, you know, yeah, something like that. You don't know if it cries or not. Don't, yeah, okay, yeah. So, uh, but yeah, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just the opening song, like just the opening words, man, until you've been beside a man, you know, right? It's like, you just don't know. And that's the thing, is that, you know, you don't know if he cries at night, you don't know what they know, you don't know why they are the way they are. And from what I see of people today, a lot of people don't want to get to know people. That's one of the things too, right? And that song makes me, because you have to understand. I mean, that song came out in the '80s. Yeah, I think it came out in '81, if I'm not mistaken. Shit, did it come out on the damn album Shame on Me? No, 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 it wasn't. Against the Wind came out in '80. I remember that album. But see, even the self-titled Against the Wind. You'll Accompany Me. That's a great song. Still the same. God, that's a good song. What is it? Um, see, certain ones like Main Street, Hirschbrud, um, Fire Down Below, those are good. They're popular songs, right? They're pretty catchy, you know. Fire Down Below, you know. It's like, you know, halves up in Vegas, halves in Orleans, got on the blue love streets of Boston, up in Berkeley, and out of Queens. Went on yesterday, what's going on tonight? Living out of darkness, they're just living outside, you know, all through the shadows. People coming to go, oh, they go. Got only one thing in common. They got fire down below. You know? Yeah, so which that's a good song. I actually like it. That's how I know the lyrics. Because I get in that shit. But yeah, it's not. It's but it's like fuck, man. No, now I'm fucked up. I fucked myself up. But yeah, Shame on the Moon, man. That's a really good song. Damn, I'm trying to remember the one because I listened to it today too. Oh, We Got the Night. That's what it is. Yeah, we have tonight, or We Got the Night. That's a good song. That's a really good song. Yeah. We have the night. Yeah, it's like yeah, Bob Seger, man. I mean, Bob Seger is a really good artist, really good songwriter. Turn the Page is another good one. I don't like listening to that song too much because it's one of those songs where it's just played out. And how can anyone deny the sappiest fucking song by Bob Seger? Kathmandu. I'm going down to Kathmandu. Woohoo! You know, yeah, that's some sappy shit right there. Going down to Kathmandu. How can anyone forget that one? That's an oldie but goodie. No, Kathmandu fucking sucks. That's a 6-minute song of shit. I can't. I don't like that song. I really don't. That's like yeah, Kathmandu. I roll that one. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Shame on the Moon. That's a good one. It just it you have to understand. Like I'm a very psychological person, and I'm a very pragmatic person as well too. And so the one thing that it's always been my weakness in life is that like physically I have never had a problem physically mentally, on the other hand, that's another story. You've grown up, you know, like mentally and emotionally. I've always had problems with, right? Um, after my parents got divorced and stuff, it's like it was a bit, it was a bit tough for me growing up, especially living with, my grandparents and stuff like that, and or I should say, my mother's parents. You know, they weren't really my grandparents. I mean, I may call her father grandpa or grandfather, her mom grandmother, but at the end of the day, man, it's like they weren't really. I mean, they were pretty fucked up people, and you know, I would just rather have stayed with my mom, my pops, man. I would have rather have my pops. You know, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, man, my mom saw, I guess, a better option for her, live with my pops, and she took it. So, you know. And yeah, and that's the shit that, like, and you have to understand too, like what I told you is like when it rains it pours. That's what happens. That you start thinking about relationships, you start thinking about shit in your past, you start thinking about traumatic ass shit that's affect your life until now, and that's why people who suffer from severe depression. That's why I don't like it when people say that, oh, this soft science shit, all this psychology nonsense is theories and stuff like that, and it's all bullshit. No, it's not bullshit. People, we all suffer from it. We all need someone to talk to, right? I just don't believe that you should fucking pay a person to talk to for your problems, because this another thing is too is that I know I'm getting off of the music, and I apologize, but this bears to be said, that when you go to your friends, remember that they're not professionals. They're giving you their opinion on things, just like I'm giving you my opinion on things. I'm giving you my opinion, my experiences. Just because my experiences and my opinions, they're not 100% going to help you. I hope that they help you. I want them to help you. I would like and love for them to help you and to help you continue the fight, right? Like if you are going through some serious fucking depression, but if you are going through some serious depression, you really need to seek out help, right? Some things you don't need professional help. Some things are acts of having to grab your nuts and vaginas and just saying, fuck it, I have to confront this person. That's a bit different, okay? Some things, like if a person is like doing you harm psychologically or emotionally and repeatedly doing that, then you need to confront that person, right? But certain things like traumatic events in a person's life, that they cannot, unless they have a fucking time machine and we crack this time space continuum shit, they cannot go back and relive that other than in their head. And that's the hardest thing to do, because, man, like a lot of people, man, they relive things in their head. You know, the what ifs, what they should have done, what they could have done. I do that too. I'm no stranger to that type of danger. Yeah, I do this shit. You know, and it sucks. There are certain things. I mean, but I have told myself that if I've ever been caught in a situation like that ever again, I will not let a person take advantage of me, or I will not let that happen to me ever again, by any fucking means necessary, right? I will not be taken advantage of. I will not be a victim. I will not. I will be a survivor. right? I will learn from those. Even if I do, and there's a danger in that as well, because now you're in the realm of having, oh shit, look over your shoulder, watch it, being paranoid and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, but as time goes on, you get a better sense of who you are and who's out to get you and who isn't, right? And also me, it's like me being an asshole. I mean, people get that fucking shit straight up. It's like, I'm a very sardonic person when I meet people. So either you're gonna hate me or you're gonna love me. It's like, oh shit, oh you roasting me, man. Oh fuck yeah, I haven't had a good roast in never. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh hey man, let's have a beer. That's usually how I break ice with people, right? Um, or break ice, whatever. Because I do not hide. I try very hard not to hide who I am, not to hide how I act. And, the person says, "Is this ever going to change?" No, I'm old enough to where no, I'm not going to change. I mean, certain things I will compliment or I will I will what is it compromise. But I will not change. Mostly, it's like unless I want to, and honestly, I don't want to. I love myself. I'm happy with who I am, and it's like, and it works. So it works for me. But that's the thing is that but there's a difference between needing having mental health issues that are not healthy, right, for you. And then there's other things of just you need to confront this person. You need to confront the person who's doing this psychological damage to you. Okay, and tell them that it's unacceptable. It's not welcomed. And then if they keep on pursuing, then you get the fucking law after their asses. That's just it. You gotta ratchet up, you know. And these are my suggestions. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do personally if I were in those type of situations. Because the last thing I want to do is tell somebody what to do and how to do something. That's the last thing I ever want to do. I don't want to be a bully. I don't want to be overbearing. I don't want to tell someone how to live their life. But we're all free people, or should be free to live and do what we want, you know, in accordance with the laws of society and the laws of the land and stuff like that. And try to be good law-abiding citizens, first and foremost, for king and country, or queen and country, or you know, in the United States, union and country, for our fellow citizens. So, but yeah, but I do understand. But Bob Seger, I mean, it's just Shame on the Moon hits me really hard, and one of the things is because like okay, so my last girlfriend, the reason why because there's things that if I really wanted to stay with her, I could have, or I could have tried more. I made her have the final decision, right? And I could have been like, no, no, no. Hey, listen, look, I love you. I want to marry you. Problem is, I've been married before, and my marriage was shit, and I just gotta know damn certain that this is what I want. This is your first marriage. You gotta know what you want too. Do you want? I know I'm sexy. I know I'm badass. I know I'm all this great shit. But can you handle the intensity, baby? That's what you gotta fucking understand and know. It's like, it's like, cause you're sexy too. It's like, can you handle all this sexiness? Both of our sexinesses together, it's fucking unbearable. The world may crack. It's like, We may start a new fucking Earth. Earth 2. That would be some shit. But yeah, it's just one of those things though, right? You know, because my ex-girlfriend, she was fucking hot. It's like, once again, like I said, I'm all about quality over quantity. That's me. And that's why, and also too, I'm a person, and here's another thing too, and there's also a curse with that as well, because when you do that, when you're a person like me and a person like my ex-girlfriend, um, my last significant other, we're both people who love hard, right? So when you love hard, you love with your heart of hearts. You give everything to that person, every fucking thing that you got. You show them your vulnerability. They understand. They see it all, and either they're gonna love you or they're not. And loving me is hard because a lot of women will say, "Oh yeah, I don't mind that." It's like, hey, we'll just take it one day at a time. And at first it's cute and sexy and stuff like that. Because like, oh, he's so he's so vulnerable around me. He has problems, and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, we all have fucking problems. It's like, you know, it's like, yeah, no one's fucking perfect here. It's like, um, and some women get in their fucking heads that, oh, I can change him. It's like, lady, I'm not changing unless if I want to. Okay, it's like, and just because you put rainbows and sunshines up my ass, don't mean I'm gonna fucking change. You know? It's like, you know, yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's like I have to want to change, but sometimes, man, like having a significant other, you want to do better for yourself, but you also want to want to do better for them, but you also want to do better for yourself because you see a happiness that you hadn't had before. So you can see that, yeah, I can actually be a decent fucking person, you know. And this coming from a guy that has usually only gave a shit about himself, so, and yeah, who kind of sees out for number one. So, you know, if I can change, then I'm pretty, pretty certain a lot of other people can change. But you have to want to, and that's the main key. And that you you really have to want to change, because if you're only changing for a person, that's a band-aid on a fucking epidemic. That's a band-aid on a plague. You're not curing shit. It just looks very good because it's all for show. But yeah, getting back to the, I could have fought. I could have fought for our relationship, right? But instead, I let her make the ultimate decision. And I told her that, hey, whatever decision that you want, I will support. And a lot of that has to deal with maturity, I guess. Um, some would say, is it, oh, you're being so mature? It's like, yeah, I was. I get on one aspect. On another aspect, one could say, well, you didn't try hard enough. You didn't want it, did you? On some aspect, at that time, yeah, I didn't want it because I didn't like where we were going. Um, because we had our first like rocky patch, like really rocky patch. And I'm talking about like just like we never really, like we don't agree on every fucking thing, and I'm a guy where it's like, hey, I love you, even though you I have, like me in comic books, right? I have a weird thing when it comes to like bagging and boarding comic books, and I always had like this paranoia of other people bagging and boarding my shit, and if they don't do it right, because here I am spending fucking, and I bought both of our comic books, so like I'm spending close to fucking, you know, 30, $40, a week on fucking our books, right? And plus the bag of boards too, plus supplies and stuff like that. So it's just, for books, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking meticulous about her shit, or at least my shit. I mean, I don't care what the fuck I mean, I bought them for her, so it's like, I don't give a damn, but it's like my books, you know, I don't want, I'm gonna try and protect them as best I can, you know, especially like if it's raining, it's like, I want to have control because I don't want to have, because the thing is that when it's raining, like I will put my jacket over, I will put it, because I usually wear a leather jacket, right? Like a leather biker jacket. And I will put it in and I'll zip it up, put it, and I'll hunch over like this, like I'm playing fucking football, like I'm fucking a running back, and then I'll run straight to the car, right? And sometimes I won't even get the fucking door for her. I would just run to the car, put them in the shit real quick, or I'll just say, "Hey, baby, wait," and I'll just let me put the books in, and then I'll get the door for you. But if she just was like, "No, no, no, fuck it, you don't worry about it, it's raining," it's like, but I know, but that's a thing because like when I was younger, right? I I had my book, like it was raining, I had spawn number one, and my spawn number one got fucked up. It was in the bag and board. Still, water got in it, saturated it, fucked up the pages, you know. And ever since then, and now, spawn number one's worthless. But back in the day, it wasn't to me. I mean, it's sentimental. I don't have that fucked up one anymore. Um, but yeah, it's always a reminder of me where it's like, listen, look, I mean, if I'm paying big money for fucking books, and it's not like a month, right? It's not like, and some of those books, man, you can't replace, and some of those, it's like you just can't, right? You know, that's why I think it's fucking funny when people say that, oh, you can just get another one. It's like, no, no, you can't. I mean, comics are comics, man. It's like, you get I mean, that's like, Doomsday Clock number one. Like you have the real nice cover, like the one that costs $1 more. Imagine that one getting fucked up, because you're just being you're not being protective of your shit, right? And that's what it comes down to. So that was one thing where I was very, very, and I was just kind of like, I was like, baby, you sure you don't want me to hold those? Okay. And she's like, Greg, I got them. I will protect them. And I'm like, baby, I just like, you're testing me, aren't you? And she's like, yeah. It's like, and she was a psychology major, man. I mean, she graduated with a psychology degree. So it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, um, yeah, it's like, and so she was, I don't want to say she was fucking with me, but she sure as hell was putting me through the ringer. And she's like, yeah, Greg, I know I'm gonna put it in my jacket. Just don't worry. It's like I have a leather one too. It's like, okay, they're stud. It's like, well, since you call me stud, it's like, oh shit, okay, you know, yeah. So it's just one of those things where, but yeah, so yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I could I could have fought, and that's a depressing thing, right? Because to this day, like the reason why I'm depressed about it is because I loved my ex-girlfriend, okay, more than I did my ex-wife when I was with when I was with uh, my ex-girlfriend, right? What I mean is that, okay, let me rephrase this. When I was with my ex-wife, I loved her. I loved her very deeply, loved her very passionately. Um, her and I, um, you know, we had, we had children, planning on children, and so the thing was is that it was, I truly thought she was the person I deserved, right? In the beginning. Later on, I found out that no, she wasn't the one. She wasn't the person I deserved. I didn't deserve, the type, the the treatment that I got from her later on, and just the bullshit games that I had to go through. I did not deserve that. I was like, fuck it, I don't deserve this. You know, I'm not going down to the depths of crazy with you. Okay, I did not sign up for this. I know I'm supposed to, and I tried very hard. And I'm a person where I don't believe in divorce. I really don't. I Divorcing my ex-wife was one of the hardest fucking things I ever did in my life, because I believe that unless a person cheats on another person, okay, or fathers a person, or or uh, or has a baby, if you're a woman, has a baby with another man, and you expect your husband to raise that fucking kid, you're crazy. Then it's like, yeah, you gotta go, and my ass gonna get fucking custody of our children. I mean, or I'm gonna, fucking value in court. I don't care if it draws my last damn dime, or I gotta fucking put a double mortgage on my house. You know, somehow, some way, yeah, you're fucking insane. There's no reasoning behind that shit. You know, or logical reasoning. I mean, if you were depressed, if you know, there's no good reason for cheating on a significant other. And then, oh yeah, I'm pregnant with another guy's baby, and yeah, um, but I still want to be with you. Yeah, no, fuck that. No, I'll take my kids, and you can fucking you and Mr. Don Juan can go fuck off. I don't care. And that's just how I am. That's how I've always been. But like me cheating on, but if if a person, if a man were to cheat on his wife, then it's just, and then father a fucking kid, it's like, yeah, you X name, fuck that. He has every damn right to sick your ass, because you're a fucking idiot. Number one. Like, if you're gonna be cheating on your wife, at least fucking, have protected sex, for God's sakes. It's like, man, it's like, I never understand that. It's like, you do realize, man, that you're just, high probability of fathering a kid with a woman, right? It's like kind of fucking stupid that you're doing this shit. But yeah, yeah, I could, but yeah, even though we had all these plans, I loved my ex girlfriend more than I did when I was with my ex wife, and I think the reason, and a lot of it is because my ex girlfriend, recent significant other, she was a person that she was a bit younger than me, you know, um, but she was the one to help me get back into college. She was the one who, at first, she didn't want to have children. I think later on that she wanted to have children. She never told me, but you know, um, she it's kind of tough to talk about. But hey, it's like, trying to help people. So um, yeah, I'm trying to think here for a minute, for a second or two. What I want to say, so, or and how to put this. Okay, so even though I don't have concrete evidence of her saying, and that's the thing, like I don't truly know if she wanted to have children. The only thing I can do is speculate. But sometimes it's one of those things where if we got married and later on in life she wanted to have a kid with me, I would, I really would, because my ex was, I could see her being a good mother. I really could, and as much much of a fucking asshole I am, I could see myself being a good father to our kid. You know, um, it's one of those things where it's just, and that's a depressing thing, right? Because you go down this rabbit hole, and that's the thing is that right. But I'm not getting depressed or anything like that. It's just for me it's hard to talk about it, and it's not that I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it because I want to help somebody, right? And to let them know that hey, listen, look, man, yeah, man, I'm a handsome dude. You know, you know, I've had shit happen in my life where even though maybe, hey, maybe you've never been married before, but take it from the guy who was married and then found a woman who he saw himself mm, having the possibility to get married again, or at least thinking that there was a possibility. And I talked about it with her too, my ex significant other, and she wanted to get married to me as well. I think the problem was is that I told her that hey, listen, look, I mean we've been together for this amount of time. I want to be I do have feelings for you in that realm. I just want to make sure that I'm damn sure this time. Last time I wasn't. I wasn't. You know, I don't want any regrets. The thing is that I don't regret getting married to my ex-wife just for some fact I would have never met her, right? And but that's the thing. Like I've moved on. Okay, so I've moved on from my from my ex girlfriend. I've moved on, and she has too. She's engaged, and you know, is the guy a Don Juan, fucking charming, handsome Cobra? Fuck no. I mean, she's put 70 pounds on. She's or at least 30 pounds, and and um, and the thing about it is that you know, um, but they seem happy, I guess, right? They seem happy together, and so because I've seen because but we I've seen them out and about, but we avoid each other like we both had the fucking bubonic plague because I want nothing to do with it, right? I just don't. I really don't. I don't like being I say this. I'm not friends with women. I'm just not. Usually, women, people who are not. I don't ever want to be. I don't consider myself a friend with women because I'm not that type of guy who wants to be in the friend zone. You're just a woman I haven't fucked yet, or who I haven't made my girlfriend or gone out with. It's one of those. It's kind of like that, right? I mean, I always say, you're not a woman. You're just a woman I haven't fucked yet. It's blunt and honest, but I mean, it's, you know, it's just what it is. And the meaning behind that is because, you know, I don't want to give you the wrong impression that, hey, listen, look, that I'm gonna be a guy that you can come talk to about your fucking boyfriend problems, because I'm not that dude. It's like, you know, nah, I'm not gonna want to fucking hear it. I really don't. I mean, if I find you sexually attractive, and you know, I think that you have half a fucking brain where I can actually speak to you, then yeah, I'm going to want to be like, hey, would you like to go out for some coffee, or would you like to see a movie, or would you like to, I don't know, hang out. It doesn't have to be an official date. It just has to be where, okay, I think you're pretty cool. I'm attracted to you. That's why I'm asking you out. That's why I'm asking you to go out in the first place, and just see where things, you know, land. I mean, if you have a remote, if you remotely like hanging out with me, then maybe we can do this on a regular basis. You know, and that's how I am. And that's just who I am, right? And and it's not like a, and what I mean, and the fuck, and I know I'm blunt about it. And I'm not saying, "Ooh, how am I gonna fuck this woman? Yeah, yeah, how am I gonna get her in sack?" You know, no, it's not. It's nothing like that at all, right? It's not. It's just you have to understand. It's like I ask women out who I'm attracted to. How it is. I don't ask women I'm not attracted to out. That's just how it is. I mean, I don't. If there's a woman who's fucking 300 pounds, I'm not attracted to that. I don't care how fucking good she looks in the face. She may suck pretty good dick. Great. But I would never let her on top of me if we're going to have sexual intercourse. It's not going to fucking happen, right? And she is at a morbidly unhealthy fucking weight. And it's like, my God, how did you get that way in the first fucking place? Probably because low self esteem, depression, has problems with fucking confidence levels and self esteem and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's one of those things, right? And and I know I sound like an asshole right now, and I know. And see, and this is the other thing too, is that I deal with as well. I know I sound like an asshole. I know I'm an asshole. Okay, no one has to fucking point that out to me. All right, but I'm not an asshole. But the reason why I'm an asshole is because like right now, like we're talking about this fictitious fat person that I won't let fucking on top with me because you know her fucking uh, her fucking muffin top will fucking suffocate me and I'll fucking die probably within the folds. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like fucking the blob here, you know? But the thing about it is that, listen, look, you know, who's the asshole? You know, me pointing it out, her fucking flaws, or her letting herself get that fucking fat and unhealthy, you know? She has some fucking fucked up issues. Like, you know, like mentally, emotionally, physically, like that's not my fault. Pointing it out to her. Yeah, you know what? When people point out negative shit to me, or if someone says, "Hey, your face is fucked up," well, hey, man, that's something I can't really do about. You know, but it's like, hey, man, you're getting fucking muffin top. It's like, oh shit, really? Damn. Okay, well, I need to go on a fucking diet here, right? Or your ass is getting fucking, you're getting some cottage cheese in your ass, man. What the hell's going on? You know, you used to have dimples. Now you got fucking, you know, you used to have dimples on the side of your ass cheeks. Now you got dimples on the underside of your ass cheeks. What the hell's going on there, fucker? You know, it's like that's, you know, yeah. Oh shit. You know, I need to tighten this shit up. I need to do more squats. I need to do more fucking, you know, sumo deadlifts and shit. You know what I'm saying? I need to do other. I need to get back in shape, right? I need to take the constructive criticism. Now, there's a difference between roasting a person, and then there's a difference between like, yeah, I mean, it's tough love encouragement what I'm talking about here, but I'm not a nice person when it comes to that because, listen, look, this is why, you know, this is why the whole thing about fucking uh, Medicaid, right? and pre-existing conditions and shit. Because a lot of your health problems, unless it's fucking genetic, a lot of your health problems are due because of, or the way because of your weight. You know, you have heart disease because you're fucking fat. You know, you've been slugging that fatness around and you're gaining more fucking weight, right? And yes, it could be tied with depression. I understand this, man. You know, but even though I go through depression too, I've been through depression. I go through it. I just don't start getting fucking Debbie fucking Swiss cake rolls or fucking what is it, Twinkies and shit, and just start eating them like they're fucking going out of style or water. Like I'm fucking hydrating with them and shit. It's like, yeah, no, man. Eating string cheese out of the fucking can, taking fucking that's a lard, just fucking put it down like peanut butter, like a scoop of fucking peanut butter. It's like, no, man, I don't do that shit. That's not who I am. And no one, it's just, and don't give me this, oh, I don't know how to eat healthy. Bullshit. Go on fucking YouTube. You know? Yeah, YouTube can be a scary place sometimes because it hits you all with a lot of knowledge, but man, 5 basic food groups, start with that. Just don't do fucking dairy, It's like, stay away from dairy. Dairy fucks you, you know? 90% of the fucking world population is lactose intolerant. If you hadn't fucking, if you didn't know. Only first world countries are countries that promote fucking dairy milk like from cows, like England and fucking us, and British people, and I don't know Australia does, but yeah, fucking the UK and us, and yeah, I mean, and that's about it. We're like the ones that consume most of the fucking milk. That's why a lot of us are so used to that shit. But the rest of the fucking world are lactose intolerant or puke the shit out or have the Hershey scores because you're not supposed to have fucking dairy milk, you know. But people are like, oh, but it tastes good. Well, you know what, dude? It's like soy milk isn't good for men either. Soy is what fucking soy is what women are given as an alternate way to gain estrogen because soy has estrogen in it. Soy is good for women, bad for us. But yeah, so yeah, I know I'm getting off topic a little bit, but yeah, so yeah, yeah, Bob Seger, man. Oh, Bobby C, Bobby C. Yeah. So yeah, Shame on the Moon. That's a really good one. But yeah, it's one of those ones, man. That just it really gets to me. It really. Night Moves is a good song too. I like Night. Um, it will accompany me. I love this song. But yeah, um, but yeah. So that really. But going back to Mumford and Sons, and then we have Wilder Mind, right? Which that's good. That was tasty. Which Mumford and Sons, they're a really good group. I really dig their album Outer Mind, especially one of their songs, Tompkin Square Park, and also their self-titled Outer Mind as well. Um, Believe is really good. I know that was kind of like their first single, and it's a good one. It's one I play. I mean, but Tompkins Square Park is like that's the first song off the album, and that kind of sets the tone of the album, like where it's going. And Deep Miss, Death Miss, Dead Miss. I can't remember how you pronounce it, but it's that's a good that's an alright song. The Wolf is good. That's a good one too. I don't really like the Wolf too much. It's just hard for me to get into. I mean, after the first like 30 seconds, I'm kind of okay. Like, oh, we only have 3 more minutes. All right. I shouldn't say that, but it's really just the beginning of it is just really hard for me to get into. But yeah, Tompkins Square Park, that's one where it grabs a hold of me and it transcends me, you know. Um, because I know I've talked about transcending music before. I think I've talked about one for Water Mind too. But yeah, it's one of those where it's just it help like it helps to heal, right? Because stuff like Shame on the Moon, Against the Wind, Night Moves, um, still the same. Um, we've got some night songs like those. Those are the ones that kind of like reveal the emotions that get like cuts me to the raw emotion, the rawness. Stuff like Tompkins Square Park and Watermelon and Believe. Those are songs that help to heal depression. And I usually do them in that order. Tompkins Square Park first because it helps to, and I'll say it, you know, that yeah, Shame on the Moon. Usually when I listen to that song, I cry. I can't help it. It's just when it rains, it pours. Because I think of all the failures, you know, self failures, not self inflicted, but failures that I've seen as failures, and so I let all that anguish and pain, just everything out. Right? I pray to God to help me endure and to help me hopefully one day find another significant other that I haven't used up all my significant other points. Or I know the saying was once said, um, you're only allowed 3 really good women in your life, right? 3 really good. I want to say I've used those up. One when I was 18, one when I was in the military before my ex-wife, and then one this last. But I gotta believe that I'm allowed at least a bonus one somewhere, you know. And I've said this before. You know, I've said this before to to God and to myself that hey, if it takes forever, then I'll wait for it. You know, like what I said in the beginning, quality over quantity. You have to love someone, and you have to be willing to be loved by someone who is willing to love you and be loved by you. If they're not, then fuck them. Then they're not the person. They're not a person for you. Sorry, no prize, and that's fine, right? It's fine. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Sometimes we just excuse me. I don't get a little tired. Not really. Sometimes you are not going to love the person who you think you want to love. And sometimes it's not even love, it's lust, or it's just a wanting, right? Sometimes you get what you want, but man, it doesn't turn out the way that you fantasize about it. It's not the way that you envisioned it. It's like the whole be careful what you wish for, right? So, but yeah, you gotta you I have to hope and believe that there is another woman out there, right? I have to. Like I said, I mean, if I have to endure more, if I have to, if it takes me forever, like in my 50s, 60s, then fine. Fuck it. I mean, I don't really plan on living that long. I never envisioned myself past longer than 60, you know. And, here's another thing too about depression, right? I've actually prayed to God to give me cancer because I've been so fucking depressed. That's true. That's no bullshit. I have actually prayed to God. And I'll repeat it again. I have prayed to God. He, she, him, they. I have prayed to God to give me cancer. Now you can call me crazy, and that's fine. But it's one of those things when you are in deep depression and you feel like you don't have any other way out, you just give up. And, have I regretted it? Yes. You know, I do. I do regret it. But do some days I pray for it again? Yes. And do I regret it then? Sometimes. Sometimes I don't. What keeps me going on is that I pray that the next day will be better than today. That I will find that bonus significant other. And she will find me. Right. Because it's a two-way street. And, maybe one day we can have a kid or children, together. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe she won't want to have children. Or maybe she can't have children. And that's perfectly fine with me. I don't need a child in my life to feel any fulfillment. As I said before, my life right now is doable. It's manageable. It it's all right. And I know that it would take a hell of a lot for me to raise a child on my own. It would take a hell of a lot. Any dreams and aspirations that I had, in the next 20 fucking years would just go away. They would go. I would not be moving to Australia, I can tell you that. Maybe out west, but not to Australia now. But yeah, so, yeah, I pray to God because like I said before, right? Suicide is a sin. And, I'm maybe praying to God for cancer to take my life, to give me a time limit on my life. Maybe that's a sin too. I don't fucking care. I'm never gonna ask forgiveness from a priest or anybody, you know, for that because it's my life and I've been through a lot of shit. That other motherfuckers wouldn't dare have the integrity nor the balls or vaginas to go through what I've gone through. A lot of them don't because motherfuckers never signed up. So I'm talking about fucking joining the military and shit. If I have to be blunt about it. So yeah. So no, I don't. You know, if you want to judge me, you can judge me, and that's fine. But I will never ask forgiveness for that because like I said before, if you are dealing with depression and so bad to where you cannot get out of bed, I understand where you're coming from. You just cannot be dedicated and motivated that fucking day. And you're like, today's the fucking day where it's just like, I give the fuck up, you know, and I'm just gonna stay in bed today. And hopefully I can will myself out of fucking bed and get on with my day. Right. I understand where you're coming from. I do. I certainly do. And I pray, and I swear to God, hand to God, I pray for you. Anybody out there who feels this way, I pray for you that that enduring this, things will get better. That God helps you and you help yourself to get dedicated and motivated out of that bed, start your day. That just hopefully just a beautiful woman smiling at you. You don't even smile at her. She smiles at you. She feels that you need a smile, right? And you need a smile from a beautiful woman with big old titties and a fat old ass. And she's just like, I'm gonna give this guy a smile. And you're like, woo! Oh damn! I'm glad I got the fuck out of bed. Woo! Man, because if I stayed in that bed, I wouldn't have seen a beautiful woman with big old titties and a fat old ass give me a smile today. Damn, you know? That's what I pray for. That's what I pray. I pray for. I hand to God. Anybody who watches this out there, I pray for you. I hope that that happens for you. But yeah, um, I will say one song you know that one song that it's hard for me to listen to, and when I put the song on, it really like I'm just fucking deep and depressed, man. Deep in depression, and that is Radiohead's "How to Disappear Completely." That's a fucking title, and when you listen to that, even like the intro, it just is daunting and scary and dark and bleak, and it's like, my God, you want to talk about fucking, just doing something very bad to yourself, letting your mind roam around, you know. It's just one of those. It's just for me, it's a song where it's like I put that on and I go into a deep dark hole of depression, and it is so overwhelming, and it's like death itself is drowning me in a sea of its cloak, and it's just like no matter how hard I try, I keep on being tangled up in death's cloak, tattered disheveledness, and just like it's one of those things, just If you ever listen to the song, or if you've had listened to the song, and you know what I'm talking about. And there's also some scary shit. But yeah, Radiohead's How to Disappear Completely. One song that just, yeah, that'll fuck you up, man. If you really pay attention to it and you really start thinking about shit in life, you really let your mind wander, it can fuck you up. Those two, if you hear the song, you endure that shit, come back out on the other end. It'll make you stronger. That that power to it. Right? I guess that's why I put it on, because the beginning of it has that power to make me go down to a deep, dark hole. Like I said, death's drowning me. But I guess a metamorphosis may happen if I'm just going off of psychologically in myself, where I'm trying to fight to live, right? Trying to fight. Why do I need to live? Why do I need to keep on going? What do I still have in my life that I can fight for? So that's like the rebirth, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you get a chance, I mean, listen to it. You know. But yeah, it's a song that'll fuck you up, but it's a song that will also can make you stronger as well. Has that duality to it. So yeah, but yeah, that's a motherfucker. Because when I first heard that song, I was really fucking depressed, and I heard that bitch twice because like I was bawling like a bitch the first time I heard it. I was bawling like a bitch so much I had to play a bitch twice, and then that second time I heard it was when I could feel like the metamorphosis inside of me, just like what I need to fight, I need to fight. So I listened to the lyrics, and I took them tears of rage, and I put them to good use. But yeah, music can do that. Music. The thing about music is that I wish I could learn. I wish I knew how to play. I mean, I play a little guitar. I can't read music for shit. I can't read sheet music. I mean, I can and I can. I mean, I can read it somewhat. Some shit just gets fucking crazy. Because I've taken music classes and stuff, lessons. But the thing is that the hardest thing about it is that some people get it, some people don't. And then it's like music lessons. They're, you're paying like 30 minutes for a fucking hour. It's just like it's just like it's fucking ridiculous what some people charge. It's like it's fucking, yeah. So, but it's like but they don't want to have a real job. They just want to sit in their ass all day and boop doop 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 play fucking guitar. I'm sorry, man. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of like what they want to do. It's like that's why you charge ridiculous amounts because they want to fucking sit on their ass all day and play guitar. Because if they really wanted to teach people, they wouldn't charge that fucking ridiculous amount. They'd be like, okay, like 3 hours for 20, right? It's like it's like $10 an hour or three for 20. you know, or 3 for 25. You know what I'm saying? I could see the 20, 3 for 25. That's cool. Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, but how, and that's the thing, is like you're not doing anything strenuous. You're not really, you're just, bing, 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 you're just fucking doing this shit all day. It's tedious, yeah, but it's just, dude, come on, man. I what else too? I mean, if you don't have like a lot of clientele, but still, once again, it's like you need to have a real fucking job. It's just one of those things. It's just like and that's because if the clientele are not there, it doesn't matter how much you put up, man. It's like you're gonna be charging people ridiculous amounts of money. You're gonna be starting charging $50 a fucking hour, and it's like motherfucker, people don't have that type of scratch. It's just that they don't. Just fucking stupid. Um, and if you're really not that great at it, like if you if you know like if you can play Nirvana three fucking chords, great. But if you can't play like Hendrix, then huh? Can't play Page, man. Then what? It's like yeah. Mm, I'm saying play them. I'm not saying like fucking write the shit, but just playing them. If you can't do that, then sorry, man. It's like I don't be fucking Asian. It's like because then you're not really a master of your craft. It's like or Pete Townsend, whoever, Kurt Hammond. I'm not saying you got to pull out some Joe Satriani shit. That'd be pretty fucking cool though. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's getting on, and it's I've been going a good while now. I'm gonna start wrap things up, tying up the shot grip a little bit, and but yeah, but yeah, like I said, I made this video because I want to help people first and foremost. I know I said I'm an asshole, and I am an asshole. I mean, that's no lie. Just because I'm an asshole doesn't mean I don't want to help people, right? I mean, we can learn a lot from assholes. Um, if anything, you can take what I'm saying and apply it to it, or do the exact opposite. It's like that's the thing that people don't understand, is that everything you can look at as being something academic, right? Even if it's not in front of you. You have to look at things as like, okay, what are they not telling me? Why won't they tell me this stuff? It's not that you're not smart for not asking those questions. It's just that no one's ever presented those questions to you like that. So now here you go. Why aren't you telling me that? Why aren't you being straight up and honest with me about certain things? Now, there's some things I probably left out too. I mean, certain things, maybe I was cryptic on. I don't try to be, but some things I'm just not comfortable talking about. Some things because this is on the interwebs, and this is a live stream, and there's like zero fucking viewers. One viewer pops in, puts this shit on fucking blast, and next thing you know, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. It's that you. So yeah, I am a little bit. Um, I am a little guarded with what I say on the interwebs. That's just how I am. That's how I'm always going to be. And because also too, it's like not. I believe that hey man, everybody's entitled to their secrets. You shouldn't. No one should be an open fucking book. And people who say that they're open books, they're full of shit. No one is. No one is. They'll say, "Oh, ask me anything, motherfucker. Why don't you volunteer some shit?" Then why do I have to ask you? You just start once you volunteer. You know, because everyone says that bullshit of, oh, ask me anything. Why don't you start volunteering shit? Why don't you volunteer stuff? Volunteering information, like shit that you would think would be taboo, that you want to fucking share, that you're not afraid of sharing, or whatever, you know. Yeah, then no, you're a liar. Then you're not enough. Then some people, well, you know, it's like, well, you know, it's not. I don't think it's the right time. Well, when is? I mean, it's like, when is the right time? Because there's never a right time. If you want to know the truth, there is never a fucking right time. There's a more convenient time for people, but never right. Never right. And that's the truth. And that's one of those things that I kind of hate when people say that they'll, well, it's not the right time. When is? Because that's now you're just making bullshit excuses. There's a more convenient time for you, right? Where you can control the fucking narrative instead of just letting things fucking letting dogs lie. You know, no, it's more of you controlling the narrative or trying to control the narrative. You know, better in your favor, but there's never a good time, never, and that's just people gotta fucking face that shit. It's a saying that's fucking dumb and stupid, and people say that because it's lazy fucking shit to say. You know, now's not a good time. I've said it too. I mean, you know, and but but I do say, listen, look, now's not a good time because I'm not in the right headspace. I do tell people that shit. I'm like, is it something that we can wait on until I'm thinking clearly, until my cortisol levels are low enough so I can think straight? And they're like, no. Okay, I'm gonna try. I mean, that's one of those where it's just like, I'm gonna try, but you can't blame me for fucking what's about to come out. If they're like, yes, of course, I can. Like, thank you very much. All right, I'll get back to you. Or get back to me. If I don't get back to you first, get back to me. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm gonna wrap things up here. And I just want to say thank you very much for listening to me rant on about depression and stuff like that. Especially me dealing with my own depression. And and that's why. And I've said it in the other video, right? Um, I made earlier that I was going through some personal stuff, and that's what it was. Like I was going through like the last few days, last couple of days. I've been going through some stuff, and sometimes a lot of it you put on your own self. A lot of people can be hard on themselves, and sometimes you just gotta have a moment of ma or a breath. Take a breath, take two or three. Realize that things aren't as bad as what they may seem to be right now, or at least take that moment of ma and try to come up with a plan and come up with a solution. Try to organize your thoughts. Okay. And with that, I want to say thank you very much for listening and viewing as well. And please like and subscribe to the video. And yeah, please the like the video, subscribe to the channel. Uh, and I also want to say, God bless to everyone, and love to all, and also Confiscate for life. I haven't given up on Confiscate yet. I just let's just say that I'm taking a little hiatus from Confiscate for a little bit, but I still believe in Confiscate. I do. I'm just taking a little bit of hiatus. So, but yeah, but Mahalo to everyone. And remember, as always, confidence